does increase loyalty, doesn't it? Ah, so part of the reason that we lost a bunch of the Merchant Guild's loyalty is because we just deposed our heir. Which I think I might do again. Unfortunately, the Queen is 46, which is a bit iffy. And now the equilibrium is 32. Yay. I don't know what to do about the flipping merchants. I guess I can start colonizing this. Stop being stupid. Ah, and now we can finish off the trade. Here we go. Boom. Oh, and that's caravan power. Yes! You know why that's important? Because now we might actually get a bit more control here. And also, it is time for some policies. Trade efficiency and production efficiency. Yes, please. Goods produced. Heck yes. Trade efficiency and trade steering. Yes, please. So we lose 1 Diplo point because of this, but that's okay. Alright, that was... Well, that's going to be a pretty hefty boost to income. Yeah, it is. 70... Wow! And that's not including the goods produced. That was already factored in. That was just from the trade, which takes end of month. Bearing in mind that we are still suffering a minus 20% goods produced at the moment. So that's just brought us back to where it should be. Oh, goody. Right. So, I know that the merchants really like money. Can't I just, like, bribe them? Is there anything that increases loyalty but not influence? Yes, monopolies. But that reduces absolutism, which doesn't work. Kind of tempted to siege down that one territory and then steal their land so they don't have the land modifier, the land share modifier, but it's only 3.4%. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. %, corruption is only 5% loyalty. Yeah, okay. Not worth it. Give them a monopoly. No, because the monopoly will reduce absolutism by 10. Oh, I see what you mean. Give them that and it'll be a plus 20 effectively. That will get you to 57, 67... 77, technically? It depends on how quickly we get this done. If we get another merchant guild... Oh, we have another merchant. Hang on. Where do we want you? Gujarat? We already have you in Gujarat. Unfortunately, we can't reach Malacca. Otherwise, I'd definitely steal some money from them. Most of your money is going into my territory. Plata's already going into my territory. Ah! Quaibar is mostly going that way. Let's see what we can do about transferring trade power towards Rio de la Plata. Or we could try... You know what? No, let's direct Amazonas. Because we have 25% control there and a lot of it's going north to the Caribbean. Gained another docket. It is what it is. And we're about to finish offensive ideas, which will come with another set of policies, including another trade efficiency, movement speed, artillery combat too. That's another Diplo one. Didn't the estates overhaul happen like 2 DLCs ago or something? Yeah, I think it was with Emperor. This right here, don't get... Okay, so you steer trade, you use the trade nodes, but I don't get the whole trade goods. So the trade goods... Let's give a decent example. Kamasi. So Kamasi currently produces tropical wood. It has a value of 2. That is then multiplied by the amount of goods produced you have. So right now in Kamasi we are producing 2.32 goods produced, which basically means that we are producing 2.3 units of tropical wood valued at 2 each. So that 2 is then multiplied by 2.32 and then added to the pot, which is in Timbuktu. So the value of Timbuktu, the local value, is the goods value multiplied by the goods produced. So the more goods produced you have, the more goods you are producing, therefore the value of your trade nodes will go up. This has 2 important effects. One, it increases the trade value, so you can make more money out of trade. And then the second one is it also increases your production value, because production is a factor of trade value. Now, I will admit, I don't fully understand how production efficiency works. I just know that the more your trade value is, the more production generates. And production efficiency has no bearing on trade value. Goods produced has bearing on both. So goods produced is one of the best modifiers to increase in the game, economically. Goods produced and trade efficiency, I would say, are the top ones. Does production efficiency dictate build speed? No, production efficiency is purely about how much money you make out of the production factor, which clearly we have quite high because our goods are valued quite highly and we have a lot of goods produced. And it scales slowly over time. So early on, production produces almost nothing. Late game will be one of your highest earners, if not your highest earner. Also, to go briefly back to Victoria 3, what did you as a naval enthusiast think of the Naval Dev Diary? I liked it. Again, they are definitely taking a lot of ideas from Hearts of Iron and putting it into Victoria, which I don't think is a bad thing, because I really like the naval system in Hearts of Iron. Again, the only area where I'm a little bit unsure is the flotillas that you can produce. How much control you actually have over the composition of those flotillas. Like, if you want to put one of your flotillas on a convoy raiding order, how do you determine who's doing the convoy raiding? Like, is it just going to be a full squadron of men of war, which doesn't make much sense because men of war tended to stay inland because they're very expensive and very slow, versus frigates, which would actually be used for commerce raiding? Or once you get commerce raider steamers, I'd like to use those for my commerce raiding rather than the men at war, which would slow them down. So the only problem I have is, how do you precisely determine the composition of those flotillas? They haven't talked about that. Whether it's a thing you can modify or if it's just an automatic thing. This is a flotilla, it's a naval unit. I would hope you craft what units each Admiral General would have under their command. That's what I hope as well, but they have not talked about that, so I don't know. Whether they haven't talked about it because you have no control, or because it's a future Dev Diary thing. Kinda sounded like it was because you had no control, but I don't know. It sounded like that's the type of thing you would modify through your laws, which I think would be a mistake. I'd like to have a bit more hands-on control on that. Men of War is a very broad scope, though. Yeah, that's true. I mean, what I'm really talking about here is Ship of the Line. Ship of the Line are the ships which are in the centre of the line because they are your heavy hitters. Then you have the frigates, who are the lower rates. Those tended to be more about raiding because they're lighter and they're quicker, more manoeuvrable. So I'm curious to see exactly how that distinction is. More defensiveness and Swellendom. That I would like. Alright, it is now February 1704, and I'm pretty sure we're getting very close to that disaster active for 10 years. So if we're going to do any Crownland meddling, it's got to be now. I don't think we are. I don't think we can. So it is just going to be the monopolies. Well, how long until that colony is built? Long time. Damn it. Well, we have until 1716 on the estate at least. How's the institution going? Slowly. But we are now seeing some growth here. Timbuktu, 26%. Like, it's not going very quickly throughout Europe either, so I don't feel like we're doing necessarily badly here. And as soon as Timbuktu has it, and it's spreading at 128%, it will start spreading like wildfire everywhere else because of the Sankor Madras. Madrasa. Madras is a type of curry. Accommodation was the natives in Lenji. Cool. As a Paradox associate, are you able to provide QA-style feedback advice in any capacity? Yes. I mean, you've seen me doing the bug reports. If Paradox follows their precedent tomorrow, we should start getting some preview content, so influencers for no step back. Really want to see the new supply system in action. Yes, I'm definitely excited to see more about the supply system and the tank designer. Actually, having done that joint dev stream with Victor and... It's the first time I'd met the guy, I can't remember his name. Hang on, I had it written down. Brad. I'm really hyped about what the tank designer can do. It goes into way more detail than I expected. Way more detail. Like, even the ship designer was more than I kind of expected from the ship designer. And the tank designer takes that concept and just runs with it. Production research flawed. I will take the hit to admin, because we have lots of admin. Philosopher has died. Now, if we have the opportunity, I would very much like to get another philosopher. We don't. That's unfortunate, because the philosopher was also increasing the speed of our tech gain. In that case, I guess I'll go for the production efficiency, and I'll probably level you up. Because we are earning money, actually, hand over fist right now. So we can be paying off those loans. Let's start with working on that. Because we are still 3,000 ducats in debt right now. I want to go towards legalism. Ah, we can also do another debase. Let's do that as well. And then use that to pay off another loan. And then there were 3. Oh, hang on. I just realised something. Give me a second. Oh, okay. The embargo for when I can talk about what's happening has actually lifted today, 2 hours ago. So I will be streaming this on the 22nd. So not Monday, Tuesday. Oh no, it is Monday. Correction, Monday. Yes, it is Monday. So I will definitely be streaming this on Monday. Don't know exactly what times though. That's a point because I have component casket. I might need to cancel that. I think that this should take priority. Yeah, I'm gonna message Midge now and say, do you mind if we not do this? Midge. There we go. Message.
Ready to serve, my lord.
I heard the ready to serve. Viking Nephilim, thank you very much for the host. Welcome to the stream. Viking Nephilim and co. How are you guys doing? Sorry, you caught me while I was sending messages to people. But yes, Monday. Monday, 5 p.m. CET, which is 4 p.m. my time. So I'll see what I can do. Stay tuned for a schedule. And release is on the... I have that up too. 23rd? Why do I keep thinking that's the 24th? Huzzah! Look. It is releasing on the 23rd. So Tuesday. So I only have embargoed access the day before. Very, very short window of opportunity there. So yes, I am 100% doing it on Monday. So, Monday. Expect Hearts of Iron Monday pretty much all evening. We're doing it then. And Dusquath the Innkeeper, thank you very much for the gifted subs to Viking Nephilim. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Just one day before release. Yeah. Molly gets the upkeep of the Holy Shrines. Tax income goes down. I've had that modifier the entire freaking game. I think it's every time I get a new ruler or something like that. Speaking of which, no, we still can't change the prestige. Although prestige is rising pretty quickly at the moment. Now, what about loyalty? It's... Oh, hang on. Monopoly is equilibrium. It does not happen immediately, so I should start this going now. And I think I'm going to give you a monopoly on paper again. Although I could give you one on glass. No, paper's worth less. Monopoly on paper. Equilibrium goes up to 43. Not sure that's going to be enough. And we're going to organize a response. Right now, making a pretty pogorific update on my mod, making heavy use of factions. Interesting. How come Paradox changed the terms of the embargo? It used to be a week, you stream ahead, now it's only a day. There's a lot I can say on that, and I definitely shouldn't. Oh, come on! Price of paper goes up! Catalonia. With literacy on the rise, the spread and dissemination of books has become an objective both for economical and ideological reasons. Booksellers have become a much more common sight in many cities in general. In large ones such as Barcelona, there have been entire shop streets lined with boxes of books for sale. For those who could not afford to buy books themselves, there are now an increasing number of ways to lend or co-finance book purchases, such as paid lending libraries, book buying cooperatives and subscription societies. Catalonia gains innovativeness and the price of paper goes up. However, we can pay off some more loans, and we should definitely do that. Oh, and you're sitting here suffering attrition. I didn't even realise that. Scotland being the good guys that they are, trying desperately to lift the siege on the fort there. But I actually kind of hope that they don't. Let's hit the Gold Coast. It's the closest we're going to get to no attrition. Perfect. And seeing as you actually have a general, we're just going to sit there and drill. Because I would like to get the professionalism back. I can do some more conversions, please do. These are all the Congolese territories that converted when the fetishist uprising happened. Tariffs are too high. People in the colonies think the price of goods are too high. They blame the inflated price on our tariffs and demand that they be lowered. Oh, do you indeed? Well, better increase them then. I'll show you who rules these colonies. 72% tariffs. Oh boy. That's something I can do about that though. We go to development, we then include subjects, we sort this by cost, and then we give you a little bit of free development. Particularly in production, because production I get in terms of trade income. So there we go. Aha! Spirit of Core, +5 discipline. I'll be having that. And we now get the Pioneer Policy, Horse Artillery, and the Public Road Act as new policies. We are finally getting access to these. That one is pointless. That one's actually going to be really good for us. I'm going to get rid of that one because it's rubbish. And we could get the artillery combat ability. We do have quite a lot of artillery. But no, I don't think I want to spend the military points on having extra policies there. So I will skip it for now. Anything interesting happening in the end of the world? Well, there are currently a lot of rebels. Oh, they're all particularists. I was kind of hoping there would be separatists. But Ireland has formed, and Ireland now controls most of Britain. So we might well see Desmond forming Ireland, forming Great Britain, which would be interesting. Oh, and Hamburg has taken over most of Denmark at this point. Interesting. Sweden, Muscovy, Russia is still a mess. Persia's formed. I was not expecting that to happen because Persia's been really split for a lot of the game. Geldum's back. Occupied by... Wait, you're independent? Oh, you are. Interesting. Well, we'll have to take that off of Kilwa. They're going to have their own brand of Scottish Africans in the same way that we are. Darkstar, thank you very much for the 7-month primary subscription. Very much appreciate that. Huzzah, can you share your opinion of the new EU4 content? I can, but bear in mind that this is very much with a pinch of bias because I am the community representative for Europa Universalis IV, but I do try to keep opinions from that separate to opinions from this. I really like it. I think that EU4 is honestly in the best shape that it's been in for years. Leviathan was a disappointment, for more reasons than one, but I think that Origins redeems a lot of that. And I think it's very, very solid. Like, be aware that Origins is only improving Africa. It's just the African mission trees and Jewish faith, which is limited because there's only one country that can be... Well, 2 countries that can become Jewish. But for what it is, Origins, very focused, does a good job of improving the flavor in Africa. And the accompanying patch was excellent. Like, it's resolved most of the issues I had with EU4 at the time. Resbands died. That is unfortunate. Resbands was that guy. And yes, I think I will go ahead and hire another so I can keep the drilling going. And you shall henceforth be known as Nottle. And continue drilling. Okay. Surprised the Mamluks are still alive and kicking. Well, there's a reason for that. You will notice that they are allied to yours truly. Actually, I haven't been called into a single war from the Mamluks. I was kind of expecting them to be fighting the Ottomans. But they never did. And I should probably think about spending a bit of admin on my own territories. Seeing as the development cost in these areas is incredibly cheap. And this is going to allow me to put more military dev in those places if I wanted to. And seeing as we have no ideas relating to admin, might as well put it in development. Speaking of which, how is my development? We've got 1,700. Next up would be Portugal with 1,500. Portugal have just... they've been a very solid rival. Let's put it that way. North America is divided between Native Americans, the Portuguese, and the Dutch. And Portugal have attacked Yucatan a couple of times, and it looks like Yucatan's managed to hold them off. Although I just noticed that they've actually split, so maybe that's not entirely true. Carib's still alive, although Carib's under attack by Arawak. And Portuguese Brazil by Chimu. Are you beating up the natives again? You are certainly trying. Oh, you're going after Cusco. Yeah. So, court and country could theoretically end. We've only got 40 absolutism though. We're doing so badly. 67%. Equilibrium's pretty much where it will stay. We can no longer do the sale of titles because that will automatically end the absolutism thing. I think we've screwed this up. I think court and country has been a massive mistake. Pay him off. It's not like I'm short of money right now. Oh, Ireland's at war. Who are you fighting? Geldom. I think you might be a bit late. Disloyal officers. We need loyalty. Oh, you're an even worse ruler. We've gone from an 8 to an 8 to a 7. I mean, it's always a risk. Average means just that, average, but that's 3 rulers who are below average now. Supporters! Hey, we can now increase the absolutism. Unfortunately, all of these are triggering after... I need loyalty, I need the merchants to have some more events. Come on, guys! Do stuff!